Welcome back to the puddins.fab.shop YouTube channel, and man oh man, look at what is right behind me. That's right, that is a real deal one owner 69 Camaro, folks. Let me give you a little bit more backstory on why it's here in my shop. Y'all know I wheel and deal with my good buddies D&H Classics, fairly local to me. Well, they drug this thing out from underneath the carport the other day, and man oh man is she a looker. Despite my proper use of English all the time, believe it or not, reading's not my strong suit. But here is a little more backstory on the 69 Camaro. It was bought brand new here in the Ada area, which is where they're from, for a high school girl by her parents in August of 1969. They traded it in a 63 Ford Falcon. The lady had spotted the car when riding with her dad going to his TV repair shop. Don't even repair TVs anymore. They throw them in the trash and you go to you can get them at the dollar store now, I think. Not only did she keep the car 56 years, she also had the foresight to keep all original documents, which I hope aren't with the car because we don't want to be responsible for those. The car had several wheel swaps over the years, slots, and now the rally style, but she gave them the OG Steelies as well. Y'all know I'm a Steely guy. I'd love to see some Steelies on this thing. The car was kept inside until she moved a few years ago, but had the sense to build a nearly enclosed carport for it. Now, this carport was one that had mostly sides and a top, no front or back, which is pretty crazy because you can see the amount of stuff that blew in. Looks like some stuff may be growing on the hood. Oh yeah, she's working on some camouflage. They did find out that the engine may have been changed in the 90s. She took it to have some routine work done and believes they swapped engines instead. Yeah, I'm here for an oil change. All right, ma'am, you're gonna need a new engine. But I want the $12.99 oil change. Well, here's your bill for $3,500 instead. As of right now, D&H has decided to keep the car because they want to get it going, because she said she would love to see the car running and driving on the road again, around where she's at, which is where they're at, and that's where we come in. So they reached out to me and asked if I would be interested in tearing into this, and yes. Now, y'all know I usually don't leave things stock. It's a 250, or originally was, so you know, not a V8, but still, how often do you get to see a car like this? Nowadays, not very often. Let's grab a light and look this thing over. I have not looked it over. They showed up a day ago as I was finishing up some rust repair on our Scout, and we drug it in here and I left it. Quick shameless plug, y'all know we're doing a Scout. You've seen some of the floor pans. All this other rust repair, I just started cranking out a bunch of second channel videos. They'll be coming out on my second channel, so if you don't follow it, you should. Rust repair is usually kind of boring and don't do very well on the channel, so it's on the second channel. Let's open this door for the first time. Let's go to the driver door for the first time. Oh yeah, that sounds good. Dang, got the blue interior. What do you think, Scooby? Oh yeah, we got the blue seats, blue carpet, blue dash, little wood grain. Our glass is so dirty, I don't get hardly any shop light in here. Seats are in good shape. I'd say driver quality, obviously, if you were to restore it. She could use some work in the interior department. Oh, check that out. See, I don't know much about these cars, but your back seat belts, just stow them away up in your seat belt clips. Kind of interesting that we got a black insert there, but then a little wood grain over here on the dash. She is a Camaro. Woo, look at that gauge. That sucker looks brand new. Showing 77,000 miles. Not sure. Brake pedal's pretty worn, but that gas pedal don't look overly worn, but maybe it's been... No, this one's missing some trim or something. She's 3-speed in the floor. Glove box is brand new, don't worry about that. Cold, was she an AC rig? Boy, there ain't very much leg room behind one of these seats, is there? I mean, you could haul a toddler and that'd be about it. All of our paint on this thing and the jams and stuff, man, this thing would really clean up good. Oh, we are missing the mirror. She's got her emblems, obviously got the white top. Is that supposed to be a vinyl? She's starting to peel. And for some reason, right here at the booty, It's about the worst. I don't know what happened here. If that's all just paint or if there's body filler right there. This is kind of funky too. So I'm not really sure what's going on right there. Maybe they got body damage or replaced the bumper, because that's definitely a Texas sticker. And allegedly this car was from Ada, Oklahoma and stayed in Ada, Oklahoma. She just danged old Camaro by Chevrolet. Well, no, it's got Texas something there too. Texas IT. Maybe they went to school in Texas or something. Who knows? Talk about a beautiful front end. That right there is beautiful, guys. Let's pop that hood. Pop. All right. A little bit of surface rust on the bottom side. Now, I'm not a straight six guru. Man, now they were having overheating issues with these old Camaros, so they hired the best GM engineers they could find to build a fan shroud. And they did a hell of a job. That's what they came up with right there. Not seeing a date on her battery. None of those are scratched out. She definitely looks like she's been sitting for a good minute. She got all the cobwebs, high performance red wires. All of her leaves are somehow gathering on her starter down there. I do see some numbers right in here. 392, I don't know. I don't know if that's the information we would need to figure out if this is original to it or not. Oklahoma car, we gotta have them dirt daubers. That's a good size one. We're gonna throw that at some birds later, promise you that. This one here, they're built into the brake lines with the rock guard for extra reinforcement support. Shoot, that's a pretty good haul right there. Let's pull that breather off there and we'll see if the carburetor's stuck. One barn dust removal coming right up. Next up, we're gonna turbocharge that straight six just right there. Grab her fan. Oh yeah, she spun already. She spun so easy, I doubt she even has compression. Well, there we go. I heard a little bit and felt a little bit, so that's good. Let's check her oil here. Oh, she's full. Smells just old. Yep, gasoline for sure. That's how I smell it. I'm like, I can taste the gas. That's what I have for breakfast each morning. We're off to a solid start. Y'all know my luck with carburetors is usually not the greatest. And we're being a little more gentle than usual. I said I'm being gentle. Come on, come on. There we go. Little pops a doozy. Okay, carburetor. Dang. Dang, she got the bow tie on her and everything. Monojet, made in USA. That thing looks pretty fresh, don't it? Maybe she had a little carburetor rebuild before she was parked, perhaps. I thought that sucker was stuck for a second. I was gonna say, you gotta be kidding me. Kind of cool little setup here. We got the cable to the little bell crank to then, and actually throttle that sucker. Wiring looks in good shape, well, except for this one that kept getting burnt, so we'll just tape her up to the fuel line. So far, this thing is looking really, really good. And we found some more dirt daubers. Look at that. Even the alternator, that fan looks not original. Mechanical clutch. I mean, we don't know if the disc is stuck, but pedal feels good. So in theory, we get her running, we can drive her. So what y'all think? You like my damned old Camaro? She might have a straight six, but she's still hot a Coke can. Just playing. Let's tear into this thing. Now, some wheel it runs, you'll see people just, hey, let's throw a battery in it and gas and see what happens. Especially on something like this where we're hoping that motor's good. We don't want to tear nothing up. Y'all know I like taking my time with it. AKA, we are definitely going to pull our spark plugs. We're at a minimum. We can lube down in there. Give those things some lubrication up in the situation because they probably ain't moved in a long, long, long time. You keep kind of going towards this thing. You want a muscle car, don't you? Okay, I hear you. I'm gonna go ahead and put us a mark on number 1 here. Oh, pop goes the weasel. Those take a little yank tug. Oh. Watch your eyeballs. There's so much dirt in there, but this much air pressure is basically getting a free sandblasting. And we still didn't even get all the leaves out of the dang cap. Lock and load. I'm sure some of y'all would love me to find a car like this for myself. Trust me, I would too. In fact, I may have noticed a 68 Firebird on the marketplace this morning. But anyhow, you wouldn't like it if I found a car like this, because I promise you we wouldn't keep no straight six in it. It'd get some type of newer fuel injection swap. It would get lowered down for sure. And it would get, that one's pretty stinking loose. I don't even know if it was like snug. It definitely gets steelies with caps back on it. Polish the paint that's on it, freshen up the interior, and drive the fire out of it. First 3 plugs so far look good. Just look like they're running a little fat. First 2 were a little snug, like I could tell they were tight. These ones in the middle, I can't even feel them actually breaking loose. They just spin. You see what I mean? Not a bad looking plug, just running fat. She's a little rusty. Ooh, that one's got a tighter gap than the others. Remanufactured carburetor, look at that sticker. Maybe when they got her for the engine swap in the 90s, they slapped her a reman carb on there too. Don't get me wrong, I ain't got a problem with the straight 6. I'd be more prone to keep one in a cruiser, like my 4-door 59 out there. Is a straight 6, something like that's fine. This damned old muscle car, baby. She's supposed to have some muscle. Before we lubricate those, let's put the schling schlong ding dong down in there and have a little look-see. I'm kind of suspecting we're about to see a really nice looking inside here. Possibly some of the best internals we've ever seen. Oh yeah, look at that. Y'all see all that cross hatching on those cylinder walls still? Well, that's that cross hatching. Oh yeah. Either that or just hatching. She's scratched. Got the scratch attack. Dang. This old straight 6 looking brand new. Top of the pistons, plenty of carbon on there as well. Just from being a little out of tune over the years. They put that remand carb on her. And I can see where we spun it some. Piston used to be sitting right there. She's dropped down to there. No rust. Definitely. So right up there, I don't know if y'all can see. Try to get you a better angle. Little bit of, well, you can just see. I don't even call that rust. This one's up top dead center. Oh, we can see a little bit of a valve right there. Same thing, top dead center. Number 5, just the same as our others. Oh, what's that seam right there? See that? I'm not sure what that is. Looked a little scratched. All right, well, she's clean as can be. Give her a little bit of fuel treatment or ATF through it or something. It may clean up some of that carbon. We can just assume with how our spark plugs look like that, seeing those pistons or tops of them are coated pretty good. There may be some on our valves and stuff, but obviously nothing to be scared of. And I will say that is the shiniest cylinder wall that I've seen in probably any engine we've done or we've inspected anyhow. I'm gonna shoot a little bit of that puddins.fab shop Luby Dooby down in there. Best smelling lubricant on the market, available at sweetpatina.com. Just use the old promo code on the screen. Most folks don't know it, but when you spray this in your engine, it's actually good for, I don't know, at least 15 horsepower. Disclaimer, that is not true. Give that a little soak time. Let's air up our tire. We'll try to get her forward on the left. Come on, baby. Got the old Cooper Cobras. Oh, she's taking. Come on. We'll get her up on the left, see if her undercarriage held up as good as her top side. Oh, you gotta know the details, guys. If you got one that looks good up top, but that bottom's plumb blown out and worn out, you may want to reconsider. That air's coming out just as fast as I put it in. Don't worry, I can fix that. Tire leak fixed with masking tape. You seen it here first, folks. So T&H brought it to the premium repair shop. Nothing but the best. She's small but mighty. We hope. Go, baby! doubted her for a second. Shake test. You like that noise? I don't know. Everything looks really, really good. I bet that just settled or something. If there's one car we don't want to drop, it's this one. If we drop the Scout, like that'd do me a favor. We could just send it to the crusher and be done with it. Hey yo, found more dirt daubers. Another reason we want to get her up in the air is where we can drain this oil. We are not going to crank this on the old stuff. No chunks, no water, no surprises. That's how we like them. Oh, yeah. She's speaking to me. She said she wants to run. Many years life left. She speaks in a weird way. Yeah, I hear you, old girl. We're in harmony. Alright, as that drains. Well, that was pretty stupid. I forgot to unhook that thing. Luckily, I'd put this sucker back in neutral, so I bet as we were picking up, that sucker was probably rolling. And here's why we don't do customer work. Can't afford the liability. So as that drains and we praise Jesus, we didn't just pull that off the lift. Let's take a look underneath here. Overall, pretty good shape. Got a little bit of rot right there in the floor pan at that little drain or whatever you want to call it. This side too, a little rot right in there. So she could use a little floor pan action. Subframe, frame area-ish. Everything back there looks really, really good. Exhaust hanger broke. We got the tie wire, don't worry about that. Checking our wheel wells. This side looks pretty good. Maybe a little right in there. I don't think so. Hey, we got the big old muffler. Now she had a leak, so we put silicone on it to repair it. Here we go. So she won't exhaust leak no more. That's how I'd fix that. That is also right next to your gas tank. That's to help heat up your fuel for better fuel economy, because it's then gonna vaporize better and quicker. Think about it. A little bit of rust there hit up in that quarter. And lots of blue overspray on our parking cable. So this thing's been repainted, huh? We've got it on perk near everything down here. I guess that would explain some of the paint coming off. I don't know. Is that, yeah, that's another blue underneath there. So it looks like she's had one repaint in her life. A little bit of bubbling going on here or there, but overall, guys, great car. Really great car. These subframes, you can just unbolt them, send that sucker out for some blasting and paint, then boom, just rebuild front suspension, rebuild rear, start going back together. You could even, really, this body's good enough. It would not take very much metal work and body work to have this thing ready for a fancy new paint job if someone's heart desired. Ball joints and like bushings and stuff all look pretty good shape as well. Pretty surprising. I've never seen this before. You got your bushing in there, but I guess they put those to act as a stop. They got one on each side. A little more blue overspray up underneath there. There's our oil filter right up there. Perfect spot to make a big mess, it looks like. Yeah. Let's see if I can get my oil filter wrench up in here. Dang. Woo, she spun a little bit, but she's making me earn it. There we go. There we go. Now she's coming. Oh, 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 don't spill backwards. The old Pennzoil. For a second, I thought that was Pizza Hut. Kill. Now, luckily, when they brought me this rig, they brought me a big old thing of parts, too. I was gonna buy the parts and then just mark them up 45% and charge them, but this will work, too. Go ahead and slap on that new unit. Yep, yep, yep. Pop a top again. I think I'll have another round. Oh, she got pretty soft springs. Feels like she'd ride quite nice. Now she's a thirsty thing. And I don't see any zinc, and I know that's how they're trying to get me. They're hoping I wipe that engine out, and then they're gonna be like, oh, you broke my motor. Now you gotta pay for a LS7. So instead, we're gonna put some limited slip supplement in there. No, I'm just playing, I got some somewhere. Designed for hot rods, classic cars, and race engines, which is clearly what we have, race engine. And this is Lucas, so it's the expensive stuff. So we're actually gonna have to mark it up 75% upcharge. So I just pulled the dipstick to check it. That ain't what I had in mind. Whole dang thing came out down in there. Oh yeah, right on the full. With some fresh oil in, our next goal is gonna be get this old girl cranking. So let's see if we can get this old battery pulled out of here. She's got the red positive and the red ground to confuse you. Yep. Come on. Come on. Get on down there. Come on. Now she may not look strapped in, but she does have the bungee cord here. Boy, and I don't know if that's going to wiggle out with that bar there, so let's just pull that. Oh, that's all she needed. Just pull one and spin her on out the way. She's got the classic Super Start. This battery they brought, and it looks like it's from 1969 in my opinion. Yeah. And it's clearly not for this car. A little too big, too tall. Put our two bolts back. We're just gonna have to take that bar off for now. So and here's our ground. We get our little brushy brush. We always want to clean our connections because they already look RUFF, looking a little rough. So making sure that's cleaned up will help a little bit. Then you just give that, oh, hey-oh, crisscross applesauce. That ground is hitting the body. Let's get the old helper out. Not that helper, he's been sleeping on the golf cart. See our thick purple wire, we know that's the one to actually engage our starter solenoid. Now that nut's rusty, so when you put that on there, give her a little shake, maybe scratch through some of that. Shake, 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 make sure she's in neutral. Woo-hoo! She's ready to crank. Come on, baby. Go, girl, go! She sounds a little tight. Wang, 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 wang. Sounds a little scary. I think that not so happy noise kind of wow, wow, wow sounds like the starter for now. Surely there's a key in this thing, huh? Oh yes, there is. Let's turn our key on. And we could just check for spark, but I like seeing what kind of voltage we got. Hook our meter up. Ground the one side out. This side right here should be our hot. 11.9 volts. Coil is hot, folks. Well, she was hotter than a two-picker Tom Kitty. She was the fastest thing around. Oh, that was the wrong thing. Oh, no, it wasn't. All right, I knew better. Let's pull that coil wire. Put her on the little screwdriver. Plenty of bare metal showing right there. So we're gonna lean that sucker there, see if she fires. She is not firing. And the motor sounding crunchier for some reason. All right, so we've got power, but we ain't got no spark. Well, let's be honest, none of us are really that surprised, huh? 99 out of 100 times, it's the point. Or maybe something with the wiring. But boy, is it rarely the coil. Like hardly never. I actually got lucky on my last set of couple wheel runs from what I can remember. Last couple we've had with points, I had pretty good luck with. They were sparking without us tearing into them. 2 screws will pull your cap. That's probably the best looking cap I've ever seen. Made in USA. Can't get them like that no more, hardly. Rotor's respectable. We could polish that tip, and we will. Right there, that's all ruffled. It'll do a pretty good job of slicking that thing up. I don't know if y'all can see it shining. Yeah, you got built-in polisher. That comes standard with every Puddins Fab Shop hoodie. Y'all see those points? That's about the most dirty thing we've seen so far on this thing. I did just get them to spark. I hope that really showed how much corrosion just broke off that when I did that Mortske flick. Yeah, them points are dirty. So arcing across there, y'all can see I can get it to spark. I'm not actually touching the points when I'm getting a spark though. I'm touching the copper on the back and then going over. We'll try polishing on them with our little fingerboard here. This is premium beauty, and I would say this car is the definition of beauty. Well, to a lot of people. I really like them too. Y'all just know I'm generally not a really big muscle car guy. I do like these though. I think I just don't like them because they're so stinking expensive. Scrub, 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 scrub. And people say clean your points. Doing this is what Mortske calls the Mortske flick, where you let them slap each other. And I've got points to come back more doing the Mortske flick than sanding on them. The sanding on them just, I don't know, sometimes it works, but not always. Oh, they're starting to come back. Maybe y'all can see them trying to spark as I open it. That's not good spark though. We ain't gonna run off that. So when I first reached in there and the screwdriver touched that back copper side and then over the other side, it did a hot spark. So I'm pretty sure we've got a hot coil, meaning it's good and strong. I think that thing is probably corroded between that piece of copper and the actual contact, meaning between that piece and the actual point on that side, I'm betting is corroded in there and just giving us a really weak connection. Now I ain't even looked through the parts, but I bet there's some in here. Let's see. Just because there's some in here don't mean they're the right ones. Points are one of those things that sometimes they just give you the wrong stuff. That looks pretty correct to me. Luckily for us, that Phillips right there is definitely stripped out. Oh my goodness. I cannot believe that got a bite on that, because that looks terrible. Why don't we just turn that key off, or that coil's turned off, so I don't become the ground. Be lighting me up. Other than that, we got our 2 wires and some little flat head. Loosen them up. Points ready to come out. Speaking of Mortske and the Mortske flick, hey, what is that? Why is that piece of brass crimped on there? To protect from chafing right there. That makes sense. That's pretty smart. Gotta clean our debris there. It's where we ground through. We'll spin on that, see if she moves. She does. For a vacuum advance. That's good. Yeah, Mortske, this week he's cutting down a long bed to short bed, and I'm doing a will it run on a 69 Camaro. It's like we swapped positions or something. Put me in, coach, I'm ready. Usually I swap out as little as possible, but since we're doing the points, I looked in the box over there. They did get a new condenser as well. Woo, fancy. She even comes with a shiny new screw. Watch out. She's a little pain to get started. Had to clamp her down with my pliers. Get that clamp fitting a little tighter. She'll start if you're persistent. Now we're gonna hope this tightens up good. That right there's your pivot point. It'll drop in right back there in that hole, and then that's what allows that to slide for your adjustment. This is the part where I drop the screw and lose it 7 out of 8 times. All right. She started. We're not going snug because we got to adjust. Condenser wire. Then our ground that feeds our coil. So there's a peak, and our next peak's right over there. We need to spin this motor over so we can get that touching, where we can actually set the gap on these bad girls. Boom, right there. Now we're right where that peak is touching, and I see they give you a slot right in there if we get us a smaller flat head. Well, I'm really having to shove that thing to the max to even get it to open at all. That's funky. I'm just gonna push her open right there, lock her down. I did that by eyeball. Got my filler gauges here just for a little funsy. And I eagle-eyed that gap at 16 thou. And the internet said 19, 18, 19 for a new set, 16 for used. There we go. I pushed her a little more and that's 19 on the spot. And we need to replace that screw. I don't have one. So I'm not gonna push my luck and really heave-ho that because I think it'll fully strip it out. But if we lose spark, we'll know to check that because it's probably loosened up. First, we gotta get spark. Keys back on. I see a sparking across there. Here we go. Oh yeah, she's sparking now. That's what she needed, the old puddins.fab.shop points tune-up. Rotor back on. No need to clean in there. Pop it back on. Boop, boop, boop. Boop, boop, boop. Test our coil wire real quick. Oh yeah. Zap, zap, zap. Pop her back on. Go ahead and test out our number 1 plug wire. She is hard to see for me, but I seen it sparking. Shoo! She got spark. Y'all know I usually just take the old spark plugs to the rebuild over there, the wire wheel. But surely they bought some new ones of those too. And I don't like just throwing the new parts at it, but they're also, like, they're hoping this car runs and like respectably, not on 4 out of 6 and is a clunker junker. So they're gonna end up putting a tune-up on it, even if I get it running off the old stuff. The points had to be replaced. I don't think we were gonna get those old ones happy. Other than that, I think the ignition could go, the rest of the system could go right back on and it would run. In fact, they didn't have luck getting plug wires, so we can't even get those anyhow. And I didn't even put the new cap in there. Or rotor, actually. We just gave it the polish job. But these things look pretty tired. Be kind of goofy to put them back in, I guess. That's right, we're gonna slap some new AC Delcos in her. These are the R45 XLs. Because we want that thing to pop a wheelie, we're gonna gap her out to about 60 thou. Just playing, 35 thousandths, and that's what they came. But you don't want to trust them out the box because like that one there's opened up to 40 thousandths. That one's 42 thousandths. Maybe if she was a HEI ignition, but not on the points. Oh no. She wants a tighter gap than that. Some are too tight, some are too gone, and some are just right. 2 of each. Get the 1/2 inch impact. Go tighten these babies down. Just playing, guys. I'll be damned if we leave them loose again. They gonna get the red Loctite too. Snug like a bug in a rug. Easy does it. Easy does it. Knew that was number 1. And we spin clockwise. And I know they say 13, meaning 1, 3. 13's too young. Boy, I'd hope so. Alright, I don't know who thought of that saying, but that's weird that you had to remind yourself that. What the heck do they say 13's too young? Boy, I had to look at it. 15's too young. Still weird, okay? You should not have to remind yourself. Oh! Yet I said 3 and then went and put it on number 5. So it's like I knew subconsciously or something. I don't know what's happening around here. I can't remember sayings, math, or nothing. 15's too young. 36 is too old, which I fully disagree with. Alright, I always liked them older. So 3 and then 6. And then the saying's 24 is just right. Yeah, 24 is just right for immaturity and problems. You better wise up and go for the 36-year-old instead. 1, 5, 3, 6, 2. Oh, that old fuel line's hard as a rock. For now, we're just gonna slice that sucker because we need to replace it on the small chance this fuel pump starts pumping. And on the small chance there's fuel that could somehow make it up here. We don't want to suck that old stuff up. Got us some fresh fuel, and for this one, I'll give her a little special concoction. It says it's good for everything, right? For valve train protection. A little bit more is gathered at the bottom. We're gonna pour that into our fuel. All it should really do is help lubricate our valves and all that kind of good stuff. Ain't gonna hurt nothing, that's for certain. Oh, P-Tang special sauce. I didn't know I used to bartend. Up a little hole. She's ready to go. Guys, we put a little fuel down this old gal, and I think she's gonna run for us. I really do. Give her a little squirting. I've got her key on. The coil's hot. Oh, I bet we better put that back on. Come on, straight six. Do some tricks. Come on, 250. It's time to get shitty. All right. Dang, she busted right off. Whoever tuned those points in did a mighty fine job. Go, baby! Oh, yeah! Oh, yeah! We just need her to pick up some oil and quiet down. Oh, had to get crazy, hun. Give her a rev. Come on. Will calm down. Sounding a little chattery up top. We just need her to get some oil, perhaps. For me, just squeezing a bottle, it's running really, really smooth. I like how it died as I said that. That's because I was looking at y'all and started spraying it on the intake manifold and on the side of our carburetor, which actually made it look really nice. Guys, we've got a runner. That thing, she was purring. And I know it's ticking, but what's not ticking sounds really smooth, and I know that kind of don't make sense, but when you do enough wheel it runs and you hear one that don't run smooth, the little valve train tick is the least of your worries. Hey, guardian of the golf cart, you just gonna lay here all day? Did you bring your own blanket up there? Dude, you're getting good. Would you get tired of solving mysteries there, Mr. Do? Yeah, I agree. Let's open up a door so we don't die. That's why you're here, to keep me in line. Now, sooner rather than later, we do want to try to put some water in this thing. 1, to keep it cool. 2, to check for leaks, because I've maybe been having good luck with points lately, but I ain't been having no luck with water, freeze plugs, leaking hoses, water pumps, etc. Since we're here, let's go ahead and rebuild that carb, though. It just looks so nice shiny, don't it? Best looking rebuild I've ever done. Pretty quick too. All the crusties. Oh, I can actually see a little bit down in the bottom. That's surprising. See if she's green at all. Yesterday this place was covered in snow, guys. Still see a little bit. My point is it's been freezing, getting down below freezing. And they didn't send me no coolant. Right here's the new Grand Canyon I'm building. P-Tang River flows right through there. Looks like Theo's gonna have to drop a deuce. Actually got out early yesterday and worked for about 4 hours, 5 hours, and then spent the rest of the day with Hot Rod. Took a snow day. We made Tom the snowman, and as you can see this morning, he's doing his morning stretches, reaching for his toes. No decency. Hey, Tom has feelings too. Man, what is that? Lemon, banana, or pineapple flavor? I can't believe we just recorded Theo peeing on a snowman. You really know how to work a camera, my friend. Hey, there's no more snowmans for you to pee or poop on, okay? You got them all. You get them wheels, we're gonna have a problem, okay? So don't even look at those. What I can see, there's some grain down in there still, so that's good. I'm terrible about just throwing water in and stuff, especially for like regular old wheel it runs. Especially if I know I'm gonna build something, like I'm gonna take that crap apart, throw the old, well, I don't know if I got any normal grain. I think I've used it all. I do have some full strength universal mixes with all though. So for now, we're gonna go with that. Not too concerned about the color until we figure out if she's got leaks or not. Finish her off with a little water. It didn't take as much as I thought it was gonna. Let's get her going on the bottle again. She quieted down a little bit. That's why I want to fire her up. That's what I was hoping for. Oh yeah. The more she runs, the more she quiets down. Keep going, old girl. That's way better, guys. Woo-wee! Oh yeah! Hopefully y'all can hear how much that quieted down already. The more this engine runs, the better that's gonna get. Woo! She officially reached sewing machine status, guys. Right there at the end, it really quieted down. Oh yeah, that's me kicking the crap out of this thing, getting her going good. Beautiful sounding little straight six right there. Really impressed with how that sounded right at the very end. I like that a lot. Up next, we ought to see if that fuel pump's pumping. If not, put a new one on it. If they got us one, I think they did. And then that carburetor can look good all at once, guys. You set old gas in something and let it sit forever, you never know what you're gonna get. So it might be beautiful on the outside and just plumb tore up on the inside. So up next, we need to get her running off a proper fuel system. Man, oh man, old Stout. Stout needs some tires. We ain't gonna do no fuel system. We're about to bless this taco boy and eat it. That's what we're about to do. Woo, got to eating. Forgot to show y'all that delicious food. Slick and David had showed up. David is gonna be driving the Love Tap now. You'll see more on that. I'm gonna have it here next week. Guys, the fuel tank, they just wanna replace it, which I don't blame them. I don't believe in trying to reuse old tanks. You just end up creating more work for yourself. We're hoping the reman carb is good, but what I'm getting at here is, instead of rigging this up off a smaller tank or just testing that, fuel pump, knowing they want a driver, it just makes sense. Let's just slap a new fuel system on the car. I mean, I think everyone can agree this car is worthy to get all the little extras, right? Right. I ain't never seen a tube nut that looks like it wants to twist more in its life than that one staring at me. Can't even get her line wrench on here. Get on there now. Woo! Oh yeah, she's crusty, folks. But we got her off there. Really, that fuel pump looks fairly nice. But who knows what the diaphragm on the inside looks like. Looks can be deceiving. There's one. Oh, dropped it. There's two. This should pop off there. Oh, she wants to play hard to get, huh? Let's give her a little motivation. That'll do it. Oil must be pumping good. Made in USA. Yep, we should have left that one too. Oh, lucky for me. That bolt, golly, fell right up to the middle. Hard to reach. I may not look it, but I feel as old as this Camaro behind me. Next up, we gotta get our old gasket off here. Well, that old gasket's on there good, so we're gonna have to scrape her off. Get her super scraper. Get her nice and cleaned up. She's ready for a new one. Just gotta make sure to hook her little lever up in there. That way she hits that eccentric thingy bobber off the cam that pumps it. Whatever you wanna call it. I call it the offset pumping wheel deluxe. Slow and steady, Betty Spaghetti. There we go. Well, as long as that new fuel pump works as good as it looked and fits, we'll be in good shape. Is that gonna fit in there or no? Don't tell me she's the wrong size. Don't tell me. Oh, she started. I just had to hold my tongue just right to get it started. That's what it was. This little cute fella was taped to our oil filter box, so probably goes right in our carburetor here. Oh, someone's hit that with the lock and plier special, I can tell. Oh, that somehow popped that loose, which is what we're trying to get. Yeah, that sucker was loose. All right, that got her turning. Golly, ain't nothing changing there. It's brand new. See that though? Yeah. More dust and crap in there. That fuel gets in there and evaporates. We may get lucky, or we may be pulling the sucker apart. Time will tell. For now, I don't see a reason to replace that. Got that back together. Let's go up in the air and hope this tank ain't got a bunch of old fuel in it. She sounds fairly empty. Scout? You mean workbench? Dang, I had a spark get the camera lens and just now noticed it. So I do apologize if this is boogered up. Oh, yep, it sure is. Sorry. Oopsie daisy. That one's not so happy. My eyeball's kind of like that lens, got a spot on it now. That Looby Dooby splash attacked me. I'm on my last GoPro 8, kind of a sad moment. I don't want to record with a newer camera. I don't want to. There you go, get your booty down from there. First I was asking, now I'm telling. I'm tearing stuff up, ain't I? Fuel line and ground. We're free! This thing ain't too bad to pull. Even if you're laying on the ground, it shouldn't be too bad. The filler neck just kind of goes up and hides behind there, so nothing fancy to do there. As long as your carriage bolts carriage and hold. Looks like we may have found a little more rot right in there in the trunk pan. Dang, that old dirt dauber was stacking some dimes, baby. Little 7018 right there, stick welding. Yeah, me. Oh, yeah. Hard to see down in there. Woo. Hey, this bad boy is actually pretty good. They think the work was done in the 90s. You know, that would have ran right there. Oh, I can see the surface rust though. See that? That's what the entire bottom of that tank is covered in and looks like. Yep. Now that tank could be treatable, perhaps. Wash her out with some diesel or something. I'm not a big fan of coating tanks. Most tanks I've priced are under $200 and a coating kit's $100. I don't know. Common sense to me to save up. Go do you another side job if you have to, or, you know, side hustle. Make you an extra $100 and spend it and get that new tank. Don't be janky. Get you a new tanky. This one's so excited to be here, it's literally busting out of the box. Dang. I like the color on that. Theo, I know you like boxes. Look, the box. You come lay in the box. Come on. Come on. Look at this. Look at this. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Theo loves a good box. Woo, you got your new box, buddy? What if we put your bed in here? You'd like that? When Theo first showed up here astray, That's all he used to do, was look for an empty box in here, and he'd always lay in it. He loves a cardboard box. Now, he's a little bougier nowadays than when he first showed up, so we'll see if he stays in the box or if he goes back up to the cushion golf cart. See if he forgot his roots or not. Oh, quick little cleanup after giving Tom that custom spray job earlier. Here's our new cinder. Pretty sure this is the same setup that was in Slick's Firebird, because I'm pretty sure we did one in his too. Oh, one came with L0042. Another one come with L0002. I ain't picky. Whichever one wants to work is the one that'll get installed. That O-ring's a thick mama. It's gonna take everything I got to push that down with my thumb and get it started. Yeah. Woo! Just ain't got it. That one ain't any thinner. That's definitely the same size. Yeah! I need to summon the torque of that straight 6 straight into these fingers. Come on. No! See y'all about 4 hours. I'll get her started. I think we're gonna have to cheat a little bit. So where those are hitting those tabs and I can't shove it down past, I'm gonna grab these corners and bend that down at an angle, hoping it'll help me to slide it past those flat tabs a little easier. Oh yeah, that's what she needed. I think we'll be able to get it from there. She started. Before we go back together, let's shoot some air through this fuel line. Oh, it's shooting out underneath the hood really good. I can hear it. That's a good sign. No clog suspected there. Pull our old piece of rubber hose off, and then look at this. Yeah, that sucker's flopping a lot. We've got baling wire hooked to tie wire. I guess it was supporting it just a little. Now, obviously this exhaust is rusty, and she could stand to be replaced. Let's not forget she has a RTV plug in the muffler. So I'm not gonna put an actual clamp on it because, well, that needs replaced. But I do got some new baling wire. And we can at least support it so it lasts a little bit longer. All right, that's better than she was anyhow. Don't forget your ground. As you can hear, that did not tighten up. Try again. This is part working on old cars that you just really enjoy. You know, where put a 1/4 inch self tapper in there, and that's too small. So then you go to a 5/16. That barely fits through the eyelet, so you go lift it up there, and then it won't go because the hole's too small. So then you get another 5/16, and you drill it into that one, and it does just fine. So then you pick it up for like the 4th time, and you go to start it with the other one that's still in that eyelet, but the hole's still too small. So now, behind the scenes, I've picked that tank up and down about 7 times. And I still ain't figured out the magic combo. So this time, she's gonna play nice, because I'd hate to burn a 69 Camaro to the ground if she don't start playing nice. Oh, look who wants to play nice now. We gotta stick our other wire on the cinder. And wiggle the neck in. Oh, there she went, there she went. I'd set her nut on the leaf spring. Thank goodness. There's one strap. Woo! All right, that can turn into a shoulder workout quick. She's solid. Oh, well, that's gonna be tricky. I just realized that cinder looks like 3/8. And the line on the chassis side, she's a 5/16. Just have to lube this sucker up and force it. Oh, she's clamped up. That's easy enough, huh? Connect our hose up here and slapping us a filter in there. If that filter just cost me $3, it just cost them $9, okay? Upcharge. Hose, they don't even want to know that per foot. And let's not talk about clamps, okay? You know, it's funny. My tire fix has really held air all day, where before that sucker let out quick. I think we can drive it like that. It'll be fine. I don't see why we can't slap some fuel in it and then try to fire her up and see if we can't get her running off the old carbureting machine. Woo! What's that? How much is gas at puddins.fab.shop? Oh, when I put it in someone else's car, about $8.47 a gallon, I think's the going rate right now. Plus, I got to charge California state tax on it, even though I'm in Oklahoma. So I think that just doubles the price. So, whew, oh golly, $16.97, 94. I don't remember what I said. It's gonna be pricey. I taped that up before we installed it to keep debris from getting in there. Oh, careful. Don't want to scratch the paint. About a 1/16 of body filler there. Well, she's a thirsty gal. Better save a little bit to be able to start it on. All right, keys on. Oh yeah, we're getting fuel. Quick. Boy, she just pumped up. Whew. All right, little carburetor. You hear me? You got this. You got this. Little bitty thing on this straight six. You've been doubted your whole life. But here you are, okay? This is your chance to shine right now. Don't listen to no one else. And I know I'm puddins.fab.shop and carburetors never worked for me, okay? But not today. You're gonna change that. The fuel you need is just right over there. You're gonna let that fuel flow right into you, and you are gonna just run, make this little straight six run, and we're gonna win. And it's gonna be a victory. It's gonna be the greatest moment you've ever had in your life. You hear me? Go! No! No! Oh. That's my luck with carburetors. Don't matter how good they look. Don't matter if they've been remanufactured. She wet herself. Fuel coming out of the vent. Little stuck float action. Ooh, a little flooded. Oh, she's thinking about it. Come on, 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 come on. Yeah! Woo! 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 Idle, baby! Idle, baby! Oh, 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 oh! Dang! Dang, dang, dang! Listen to her go, guys. Can't be mad at that right there. Don't see too much smoke or nothing. She's pretty stinking quiet. Our water did drop a lot, which to me, I would say is a sign our water pump's pumping. Shoved it to any of the areas where there wasn't any. But our thermostat ain't opened up yet, I know that for sure. She ain't running near long enough to open a thermostat. I'm gonna rev her a couple times, see if she drops down. The return spring's definitely weak, and she seems idled up pretty high. That's part of our high idle right there, vacuum leak. Damn, I don't know if they've ever bought a $10 plug before. Oh, she's flowing some. That's good. That's what we want to see. Let's see if we can drop our idle a hair now. Actually, let's spray around for more vacuum leaks just in case. Ain't that weird? Intake gasket's gotta be. Usually when it picks that up though, it revs up higher, and that's almost bogging it down, but maybe because it's just going to those front cylinders, I don't know. Definitely something funky going on there. Vacuum leak, I'm assuming. We're not tearing the intake off this thing, not this go around. Too much. Well, we're riding a fine line right there. There we go, that's better. Oh, she's warming up. I wasn't sure if there'd be a temperature gauge in here. There's not. Fuel gauge is reading though, just below a quarter tank, so that's a good thing. Yeah, maybe not, because I just turned the key off and it stayed in the same spot, but sounded good anyhow. Yeah, it started acting funny when I sprayed the back, not the middle. We could maybe try just torquing those a hair, but if they're tight, we're not gonna obviously push our luck right there. More than likely just need some gaskets. That being said, she did tune out quite nice right there. Oh, well, that's pretty loose. Not that one. That one was. Oh yeah, this one's super loose. So y'all think I'm crazy always spraying the engines with carb cleaner. This thing was running so good, you wouldn't have suspected those. Oh, that one's loose too. And I'm just snugging them. I ain't gonna get crazy and really torque these things. Middle ones are loose. Not that one so much. Fixed it. No more bogging down. And it really smoothed up the motor. Y'all probably can't hear the difference, but there's a small difference. I thought I could maybe hear a vacuum leak. That's what made me curious. Is a little high-pitched squeak. That squeak's gone. For being parked since the 90s or whatever, you can't be mad at that. Tighten up a couple bolts, beat the carburetor like it owes you money, and she just wants to run. You really do gotta listen to the car. I heard that vacuum leak, and I can hear water dribbling. It ain't nowhere up here. Look, see it coming down the firewall? Heater core's gotta be leaking. Oh, look, right here. See? You listen to these old things, they'll tell you what they want or don't want. That wet carpet's what she don't want. Yeah, it's starting to run down in here. Looks like they painted the interior too whenever they had restored this thing. A little bit darker blue than the lighter there on the kick panel, maybe you can tell. So Dylan just told me they restored it in 96 and then parked it. So when they restored it, maybe instead of fixing the factory engine, that's when they're like, oh, it's better to replace it because maybe that one had some pitting or who knows. Unfortunately, we did just get her nice and warm. Ran her enough to get her warm. And now we need to hook this to this. We're just gonna bypass the heater core for now. That way it's not leaking in there. Camera died. I didn't know. I was sitting there, I was getting her dead. Y'all missed it. I cut it. Didn't even make too big of a mess, caught most of it. We're just gonna loop that back to itself. I did notice that vacuum plug was cracked in half. It possibly was leaking. I put a new one on, newer spring on there. Just rigged up what I had. Let's see if we can get her fire up off the key. Going live. What about with our clutch pushed in? Oh yeah. Woohoo! All right. I know we ain't got no brakes yet, but I want to try to drive the thing to see if the clutch is gonna work. So basically, I just need to be able to see. Now we got some of this green tea matcha on our windshield. There we go, that's all she needs. Well, she's running, she's driving. Definitely got a brake dragging, which is beneficial for us so we can stop. Man, the run's great, guys. Super responsive. handling the load quite well. We're cruising. We got a masking taped valve stem. We're just idling along like it's 1969 again. This may be the best running vehicle at Puddins Fab Shop currently. And I'm not even playing. Like, this is good. Holy cow, is this good. I mean, the vision is phenomenal and the stopping and response is there. What else could you ask for? Steer's great. Passenger window does roll down. Ride's good. Feels good. I mean, everything's good except brakes. Minor details, guys. For no more effort than we've put into this today. And if I wasn't making a video out of it, it would have been done twice as fast. This is really impressive. Really impressive. See, I got her down in the little Grand Canyon here I told y'all about earlier. Gas it. Fighting a dragging brake. Whatever was dragging freed up some, but it's still dragging some. Let's get her back in the shop. Test drive passed. Can't beat that. Yeah, they found a good one finding this thing. Hey, that's all that was wrong with that door. It was locked. Whoa, careful. Looks like our antennas dropped all the way down into here. What the heck, over? Be crunching it on our door. Door sounds like a donkey. The mechanic sounds like a jackass. All right, I'll spray that down. Hey, that's a little better, ain't it? I'd say so. Sprayed these down earlier. Those look like they'll be fun. Oh. Not too bad at all, actually. Should have loosened these up first, but we don't always do stuff in order that makes sense now, do we? She actually had a little fluid in her. Guys, I'm sitting here and I'm listening. I'm like, man, I hear something leaking again. So I start looking around everywhere, looking at the water pump, stuff like that, trying to find a leak. It was Sir Leaks a lot over there, cleaning up the snow cone maker again, I think. I'd almost rather it be something leaking than him over there doing the cleanup. Cleanup. Theo really loves a cleanup. Got our old master cylinder off. Now, I hit the brakes in there before, and look, the little bit that was in there started leaking out the back. Now, sometimes brake parts from the parts house can get a little wonky. You may get the right stuff and you may not. So we want to make sure we got, or we want to hope we got the right thing here. She looks a little fatter, a little bit bigger reservoir on her. She'll work. Looks like some $19 brake fluid to me. Oh, just got a squirt there. Front one's good. There we go. Getting her out the back now. It's a little caveman, but that's how I bench blade them. You push it where you shove the air out, and then I just cap it over there with my thumb. And then when you release that, it'll suck the fluid down. Doesn't really even make too much of a mess once you get the hang of it. There we go. Proportioning valve, that little bracket here makes it a little tricky. Not too bad as I struggle. A little problemo. We're gonna Mike Tyson this thing and rip this ear off right here on the corner. It's hitting our new master cylinder, so we can't actually bolt this on. Just slice her right there on the edge. With our master cylinder happy up there, let's start working the rest of the brakes. Woo! Woo! Oh yeah, lucky me. I think we found the one that's been dragging. She's fighting us a little bit, but she's coming off there. Gonna fight me to the very end. It's always good when hardware starts falling out. Calabunga. Oh, all right. We're not gonna get too technical here. Technically speaking, doing drum brakes sucks. You're gonna do them. You want these right here, these pliers. That's a game changer. I'll tell you that much. Whoop, stuff's flying. Parts are dying. We need to keep that, our two little plungers or pushers, whatever you want to call it. Unhook that drum from the rear. Y'all will see on these, the shorter shoe is at the rear. For some reason in my head, I always thought shorter went to the front. I may be backwards, I don't know. Well, that spring looks like it was doing a good job. Hey, that's been nice and easy. Sometimes them old rusty brake lines, you'll just twist that sucker. Oh, we're getting a little brake fluid out of this one. Be free. Oh, she's free, along with all that other debris. Now this little doohickey, that kind of interlocks on there and then the spring goes on that. I like to put it together on the bench. My method to do drum brakes is just do it. I'm not very good at them. This thingy-mabobber's gotta click to that thingy-majigger. And we gotta get our pin in. Get our pin in, put that in there. We got our spring-a-linga-dinga and our retainer. Next, we'll get our lever thingy-mabobber. That's gonna hook to the other lever. And they gotta hook together. One clicks into that rear shoe. And then they pop just apart, just like that. Not on purpose. Come on. We got this. We got this. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, I forgot it was going to a ballroom and forgot to put its bow tie on. Now it don't look fancy. Got a step ahead of myself. Now that it's dressed for the special occasion, we'll pop that on there. No! A swing and a miss. This is going really good, as you can clearly see. We stuck her that time. My wife loves me and my clean clothes. And we put in the spreading bar parking brake deluxe thingy feature. Yeah. Boom. Put our spring on that. That blue right there is the same color they used to paint that interior. This spring gets shoved up in here. Even got the new little adjuster. One spring on the bottom to pull that in together. All right, right when I put my finger back there to see if it had gone through, that's when it finally decided to actually pop in. Got me good. That is all right, I'll take it, because with our adjuster in, we are back together. There we go. There we go. Get her floating. Now they got new drums, which is good. Oh, I've got to deburr that right there where I had to whoop that off there. Sprayed her down with some brake clean to get that old oil they ship it with off there. Oh yeah, I ran that out about where I thought we would have a little drag. Yep, and we got a little drag. I think that's a pretty good adjustment. Wish all drums came off that easy. Whew! Yeah, man. Pretty well got a repeat, except no parking brake cable, obviously. So we ain't got no crossbar on it. Other than that, she pretty well looks the same. We're not getting rid of none of this hardware yet because I don't know if we have everything we need for the front. And on our front, obviously, we got our soft line, rubber line going into our wheel cylinder. Oh yeah. Once it cracks loose, I like to wiggle it. Let some of that looby-dooby work its way down in there. We got her whipped now. Getting a little more brake fluid out of this one as well. Nom, nom, nom. Doing brakes, specifically drum brakes, drives me crazy. They're not even that bad, but the dang sure ain't that great. Great, our clip just broke. Great. Just go ahead and snip what's left of our old rubber one. How are we getting so much brake fluid out of this thing? Just over there emptying our master cylinder or what? Our hose loosened. Whoop! Take that fitting out. And now that this has made an absolute puddle of a mess, I'm gonna put a rubber cap on that so it'll quit. Golly. Like I said, drum brakes really are not even that bad, but boy, something about them just makes me irritable. This back bolt's being a pain. I can't get a good bite on it with a wrench yet, and the socket can't fit. Not an ideal situation. There we go. Different wrench was all we needed. If one don't work, try another. All right. Get that crap away where I quit rolling it over. Oh, I hate when I get irritable. Well, it's not just when I'm irritable, but like my phone started pinging over there. Ping, ping, ping. I'm like, shut up. Go to roll the chair, and then like a tool gets underneath there. Boy, I never wanted to throw a chair so bad in my life. The good news is, life could be a lot worse. We could be working on, I don't know, not a 69 Camaro. What I'm curious of is, do we have the correct wheel cylinders? We did for the rear. Let's hope we get lucky on the front. Here's what we got. Got our offset pattern kicked off to the correct side. Threads appear to be the same. Hubbity, hubbity. I think we're in luck, folks. Here's a pro tip. Don't lose your copper washers from your old one, because a lot of the new crap does not come with a good quality one. So I'm actually reusing it. At least this one fits. The one it come with is all wonky shaped, and it's actually too big for it. Boy, that nut's hitting that spindle a little bit, it looks like. Yeah, it hits it, but it pops right past it. Well, that's a tight fit. Had to pull her back off. She's gonna need a little modification. I got it tightened down, but I wasn't sure if it was actually tightening down on the washer or if it was finally hitting so hard that it was just tightening up. Gotta give it a little clearance. It'll seal or it won't. Oh yeah, that feels like a pretty pricey brake clip I had in stock. Things sure don't feel like a cheap one. That brake clip, my friends, is only of the finest quality. Yeah. Please, nothing leak. On the bright side, last time there was a F-body on the left. It was a 69. It had disc brakes. We couldn't get the brakes to bleed. Slick had installed the calipers. Come to find out, after chasing our tail, he may have installed the wrong ones on the wrong side, so the bleeders were facing down instead of up. You can't get the bleeders facing the wrong way on these. That's the beauty of the drum brake. Other than that, we're just gonna slap these babies right back together like we did our last ones. Kinda, sorta. This time, we're not gonna forget our bow tie. She's gonna go on first. And our front hardware kit actually didn't come with half the stuff the rear one did. That's all right. Yahtzee! Now our adjuster was stuck, but one of the ones from the rear, these are actually pretty good, the rear ones were. I compared them side by side. Everything looks pretty well the same to me. Well, that ain't spinning. I think it's supposed to. That's all she needed. Just work her a little bit. Clean her up. The looby dooby, and she's practically brand new. That part number right there is what was for the rear. And what I'm saying, I believe it would have worked for the front as well. I could be wrong, but everything sure does look the same to me. And how's our little spring here? Actually still got some life in it. That's good, because that kit didn't come with one. Pop that in, and she is good to go. Trying to put the sucker on there. She don't want to go. It's gonna be hard for y'all to tell, but down on the bottom side there, can you see the gap? And it's touching at the top. Well, that one's like that. And up here, the gap's up there. It's touching on the inside, gap at the outside. Pattern's correct. It's like they just were a hair off when they drilled them or machined them or whatever. That should hold center when it's actually up there all the way on the hub, so we're gonna have to waller those out a hair. We could probably hammer them on there, but then ever getting them off again would not be fun for the next guy. Welcome to Puddins Precise Engineering and Machining. How can I do you for? Just a little smoochy kiss off of each one should do the trick. There we go. Now she'll slide on. Adjusted those so they got a little bit of drag. I did shake our wheel bearing and turn on it. Everything felt good, so we're just gonna leave it as is. There we go. This side is done. She's done. Good morning. Got out here this morning, finished up our last one. I stayed out the other night, got that one done. And now we are on our rear brake line, which come to find out on a Camaro isn't the funnest one to get to. It's just kind of awkward. And she is not wanting to spin. It's not even that rusty looking. Can't get the line wrench on there because of the rock guard. That's feeling like it's gonna twist it and round it. It's always gotta be something, huh? So much rust built up on this one. Kind of hard to get back down on there. Yeah. All right. She popped loose. Give her a spray and then kind of work it just right there. I don't know if y'all seen that rust coming out there. Probably not, because I ain't even got you looking at it. Because with all the suspension and everything right here, I can't hardly see it myself. But once you get that sucker pop loose, a lot of times it does you a lot of good to soak it and then work it back and forth, break some of that debris out of there. I'm so fortunate the other way. Karate chop! All right. Hey, yo. Yeah, I know my lenses are boogered up on this camera. Like I said, I apologize. I did order us a new camera last night to try, which is gonna be interesting because I've recorded all my videos. Well, I started with GoPro 7, and then I moved up to GoPro 8, and I like them. Stabilization's so good on them. And I've recorded basically, I don't know, probably 7/8. The last 4 years of my videos have been nothing but GoPro 8. So we're gonna try the action camera is what I like because it lets me get in here like shots like this. Hard to do with a big camera. I'm trying a new action camera, and it's got a replaceable lens cover, which is what I need. You see why I'm happy? Tried a new set of locking pliers. And got her freed up. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Guys, once that sucker finally broke, rust threaded out by finger. I don't know if maybe a little corrosion had us rusted, or whenever this was installed, they just really smoked that sucker. But once I finally got that sucker to pop, just whoop, 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 right out she came. Now, whoop, 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 right back this new one will go. Hey, she ain't brass, okay? They don't make them high dollar like they used to. There she is. Gotta find the hex. This little sweet spot where we can get her clip back in. Tap it, tap it. How about squeeze instead? Squeeze! Tap! Shimmy shake? Ah, that's what she wanted. She wanted the shimmy. Hell, most of them do. Yeah! Yeah! Rear brake line. Good to go. Who turned that noisy thing on? With our brake lines all hooked up, we're gonna use the vacuum bleeder. I can sit here and watch it drop. I hate that thing for trying to make a good pedal, but it is nice to flush some fluid through and at least get it where you're pulling most of your fluid out of or constant fluid out of your wheel cylinders. So it is handy. You can just hook it up to that bleeder, hook it up to the air hose, turn it on, and it just creates suction, creates vacuum. I just worked my way all the way around. Oh yeah, this baby's flowing good, and that's a great sign. Should indicate no leaks. Usually if you have a leak, well, you can't really get a good vacuum suck because it'll suck the air from the leak, so you don't get good fluid flowing. Oh, but she's going and flowing and having a real good time. So now I just need help. Someone pump the pedal, but for now we're happy with that. Whew. Brake fluid costs go up on Mondays, first of the week. We gotta be able to make payroll. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. This thing has sat for 2.5 days. Let's see how much we gotta fight it to get it to fire up. Now we don't know this car very well yet. Some cars 1 pump, some cars no pump, some cars like 2 pumps. I gave her 2. Hey. Can't be mad at that. She looked like a 2-pump kind of gal. I had a feeling. This thing runs amazing. Really impressed. And actually, we've got a fairly decent brake pedal. This thing would definitely stop. And oh yes, it came with this standard feature in 1969 from Camaro, or Chevrolet I meant. It's perfectly normal when you hit your brakes, your right turn indicator comes on. Well, that didn't sound good. Something in there just broke. All I did was try turning the blinker on. That's some of the bad things about these old cars, guys. That blinker switch probably ain't been cycled in forever. I wasn't even rough on it. I just pushed it up and something said crunch. So a lot of times the contacts in there get dirty. And I know this seems maybe a little violent, but you can cycle them like that and sometimes get them working. Both are indicating now. Okay, I let off the brake. Now she's gonna have some demons in her, okay? But that's okay. We don't have to have all that quite squared away yet. Y'all see the back of the club car? I can tell her lights work up there at least. What about this? Honk, honk. Hey, fan just kicked on. Woo, those are stiff. Yeah, fans Fan sounds nice and smooth even. Go ahead, buddy. We're on our last one here. Woo! That's a good squirt. Let's go one more. Go ahead. Oh, it's gonna come back. That thing was a main pedal. Oh yeah. Hit them brakes. Oh, dong, she said. Shoot, that's about perfect right there. I'll take that. Dang, old pudding weak fingers can't even pop a lid on, huh? Oh, just had to find a sweet spot. All right, well, lunch crew's here. These guys don't show up unless it's time to eat. If it wasn't for Slick, I'd weigh $140 right now. Oh, she may have went flat. She may need some new tape, folks. Ooh, we got lunch, and David brought old Theo a chicken strip. Woo, made Theo happy. They sent out new tires for this thing, but they're held up in shipping. Been stuck in the city for like 4 days. All right, it's drive time. Oh yeah, she's stopping. Stopping good. It's weird. Things are much more enjoyable to drive when they got brakes where you can stop. Strange. I guess I just now noticed this car ain't a power steering car, but it's really not too hard to steer, which is nice. Here we go. Woo-hoo! Who needs disc brakes when you got 4 drums, baby? I was just more impressed with how well this thing really is running. Engine, clutch, everything, it really works great together. Second gear. Downshift. A little hard to see. Go girl, go! Go! Found it. Can't find them, grind them, that's what they say. I think our shifter feels pretty good. It just feels dry. We should have sprayed it down with some looby-dooby when we had it all up in the air. So she may not be the fastest thing ever with the straight 6, but I mean, how many muscle cars could, you know, tow their own gooseneck trailer from that raw torque if they needed to? This one could. Let's give her a little ooh-rah. Oh, little stumble at first. Bit better shift job that time. Nice smooth little downshift. This car really is impressive, guys. Seems to be a really phenomenal driver for something that's been sitting. Now, this is my car. Radiator, water pump, vacuum hoses, heater hoses, coolant hoses, all that type of stuff that you know's gone downhill from sitting for 30 years or whatever. Well, I'd just go ahead and replace that before it becomes a problem. Holy shaky camera. Hopefully that didn't ruin all of our footage. But for what it is, for working on it, no more than what we've worked on it, a grand total of a day now, this car is impressive. She runs impressive. She stops impressive. I mean, that just barely pulled a little to the left, but not much. She drives impressive, steers, rides, handles. She's basically a high performance tractor with her straight 6. But it'd be nice if we could get this thing looking fantastic instead of looking like Theo's butt after doing a couple butthole dog drags on the rock over here. So that being said, I think it's time we clean on this old gal, guys. All right, let's see if we can't get this old girl cleaned up. Hey, find me someone more passionate about pressure washing than me. You can't. The passion and love that goes into each one of the vehicles I touch. That sounded a little, never mind. You know what? She's cleaning up. We're kind of finding more of her secrets, and you know, she's showing some more of her age underneath here. But it's crazy, y'all. Y'all got to see how much stuff's on this hood. Look at that. Woo, that's satisfying, guys. Oh yeah. Clean on up, baby. Clean on up. And this windshield, man, just look at this windshield. Kablowie. So doing a car like this is fun because as you blast the area, it gets clean, but then it sends stuff everywhere where you got to continually go over the car so you continue to reclean it. Because as you clean, you make a mess, and then your mess you got to clean, but then cleaning it makes a mess, and it's a repeat process. Hush it up, hush it up. There we go. Ooh, she's steaming, ain't she? She got warm. She ain't hot. Surprised that's steaming so much. That looks a lot better underneath here. I tried to put a rag over our distributor. Don't look like I did very much good. This is my don't hit the hood when we close positive rag. All right, guys. She is cleaned up, at least pressure washed off anyhow. I'm sure to y'all, she just looks like she's absolutely shining, and she is, but she is still kind of wet. That paint, it may just be single stage. I'm not sure it has any clear on it. Oh man, I need to wipe the roof off or blast it off. But besides our rust, you can see where paint's cracking and showing through some of the old paint. This stuff's all cracking out pretty good. Right here, it's almost like a faded color. Spots shining through here or there. Bunch of chips, and it's like it's shriveling up. See, like that right there. Now don't get me wrong, still a great car. It absolutely confirms that if this car was mine, I would 100% put a V8 in it. It's not original anymore in my opinion, just because you've already had a repaint and recolor on stuff. I think it's the absolute perfect car to throw a hot motor in and lower down a little bit. But like I said, it's not my car. I think it's a great candidate for that. It's also a great candidate to leave exactly like this because it runs and drives amazing, and it looks pretty amazing as well for no more than what we've done. Oh man, don't go flat on me here now. Fixed it. You know what I think every bone stock straight six needs? Way too much tire. So let's put some on. Get her up here in the wheel and tire department. So these are a rally style wheel on here right now. And what I have on the old S10 here is actually an oversized rally with some fatties in the back. Out with the old. Let's see if these old fat mamas will even fit. These babies are dirty. However, do not fear, because the little spit shine goes a long way on these old girls. We'll get our front ones polished up too. All right, let's see what we think. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, you know what? I didn't think I was going to be a big fan of them on this car. I actually don't hate it. Now, I think for bigger wheels and tires, it changes the attitude. I think some stance would be needed. Nothing crazy. I think I would lower the back about 1 inch just to tuck a little more tire. But the front, it needs at least 2.5 inches. Get a little rake to it. The problem is these things are so wide. Yeah, they even rub on the S10. They're rubbing this quarter. Now that's a big old lip. In fact, Slick noticed that there's a line in here where we can tell the quarter's probably been reworked. Yeah, probably had a quarter put on it, possibly even overlapped to the existing one on there before. But that lip could be rolled and you could have clearance, or you could trim off about 3/8 of it and still have about a 5/8 lip underneath there and then have clearance. But right now, as she sits, that back is rubbing. That thing would look pretty tough though, huh? Squatted down a little bit with those wheels and tires on there. Then you fire up that old straight six. She's just a sewing machine. You go around and, you know, intimidate people with your big old tires. Then when you launch off the line, you lose to the love tap. Now she looks pretty good, cleaned up, guys. I was considering having Slick buff it, but now that everything's kind of dry, it's got a pretty even sheen to it. And the way the paint looks to me is if we start buffing on it, it's gonna end up very uneven. So right now, I think it's gonna look better, more just a consistent sheen than having some shiny here, some shiny there, if that makes sense. Giving her a little cleanup on the glass. Maybe we'll wipe her never mind. And even like our interior, quick little spray down, and then a quick little wipe down goes a long ways. Now we're not gonna get too crazy here because y'all know I'm not a paint body guy. Well, I'm not a detail guy neither. Literally my least favorite thing to do. But this car would really benefit from someone taking rags and just going around and wiping all the nooks and crannies. Like right there, just cleaning her up, guys. The whole back seat needs scrubbed. I did scrub on this seat a little bit since we're gonna be sitting here. And doing this video, like I said, I knew it wasn't my car. I knew it was D&H's, but really what I was hoping with the lady who originally owned this still living in that area, it being in that area its whole life, what I was hoping was gonna happen in this video was after I got it running and driving, make sure it's gonna be good, like running and driving, which it is. I planned on, and I did ask them if she would possibly be interested in going for a ride in it and getting to see her car back cleaned up on the road again, being enjoyed like she was hoping it would be, and especially down there in the local area where she wanted to see it. And he said, kind of long story short, is it's just too emotional for her right now. Almost like the way I'd kind of explain it is like a seller's remorse, but not seller's remorse, just kind of that feeling that she's just not really come to terms with that it's gone, but she still agrees that it was time for it to go, but it's just basically too soon. So I thought it would be absolutely amazing if we could have made that happen, getting to go down there and meet this lady and get to even see her drive it if she wanted to, you know, get it going again, for her to be able to enjoy it one last hoorah, knowing that when they try to start it in the year 2000 it wouldn't even start, is what I was told. So, but I don't think that's gonna happen, just too soon. However, she did tell them that she does want to go for a ride in it, just in due time. So I was hoping we could be part of that process. Unfortunately, guys, it ain't about what I want, and it didn't work out exactly how I wanted, but that's okay. We still did it with a kind heart, hoping to make something special happen, and one day that special thing will happen for that lady. Now, I'm not a detail freak, but having that streaked glass covered in dirt was driving me crazy. Hopefully sometime this week the new tires are going to come in that they ordered, and then I believe we're going to drive this thing right back down to Ada, Oklahoma, where it was originally from and has been its whole life. We're going to take her home, guys. And I almost forgot, cleaning supply details, minimum $37. Tires finally came in. Oh yeah, white letters out. Just damn old muscle car, baby. Oh yeah. Let's say you bought an old Camaro and the old chrome rallies ain't shiny no more. Little glass cleaner. 0.000000000 steel wool. Just kind of scrub on that baby. See that surface rest? See how it just disappeared? It ain't gonna get rid of that deep rest, but if you're trying to flip some wheels on Marketplace, this is how you fool everybody. You scrub it, give her a quick wipe down with a dry one. Yeah, she's practically brand new. Come to Puddins Fab Shop and see the amazing walking glass cleaner. I ain't started this thing in 5+ days. Can't be mad at that. First time driven since mid-90s. We had it around the neighborhood once. I'm sure she'll make it to Ada America. Here we go. Now the best part is, guys, she's fully legal. They done brought me a tag a couple days ago, and for some reason, my confidence is just through the roof on this car. So hopefully that's not our downfall today. Here we go, first time going to third gear. And that's all she's gonna have. Also, what she don't have is a heater. And it's extremely cold in here now that I'm moving fast because it's cold outside. Alright, whatever I just did made my crotch even colder. So we're going to flip that the other way. No! Golly! No! Heck yeah! We're about to have some tunes! Woo! After I had that heart attack, well, I hit the brakes and that radio powered up. Oh, heck yeah. Don't think I can't find some George Strait on here somewhere. Well, the tuner don't work, so I can't find a station. And all of a sudden, my right blinker decides it's on full time. Oh, got her. Better watch out, bird. Woo, I'm in a high-speed Camaro, I'll take you out. The radios may not have the stations we want, guys, but the sun's coming up. Beautiful morning, and this car so far is just performing phenomenal. We got about an hour drive ahead of us to the D&H Classics. I'll put some fuel in her. We're gonna head that way. This thing does not mind 65, 70. It's been a nice, quiet, enjoyable trip, other than being a little cold. Check that out. Slam on the brakes. She don't pull left or right. Now this road's a little wonky, so it did pull me a little left, but a minute ago when I turned off this thing, or first on it on the fresh part of the road, nice even road, I slammed on the brakes and just straight as an arrow. So them old drums, they're adjusted out good. The only thing I have found that I'm not happy with is it does not like to downshift a second. Woo, got clouds rolling in. It's gonna get even colder. Another 10 minutes and we'll be there, guys. know if this is something that can be adjusted because we're in third. See that? Barely pull right here to first though, and then you can go back to second. So maybe that's something that can be adjusted on underneath there. We basically made it. We're on their road, salvage yard right ahead. No surprises, guys. I told y'all this thing was amazing the first time I drove it with no brakes. So I did not expect any hiccups. This is an excellent car. It really just needs a heater core in it. Hook up a heater, figure out where all that cold air's coming in, and you'd be ready to have you a little winter beater. You know, throw the snow tires on this thing. Go drive her on the salty roads or something. No, I'm just playing. We don't even have that here in Oklahoma. But you would have a beater with a heater. This is better than a beater, guys. Dang good car. She did us good. Well, there she is, folks. Told y'all it was getting cold here. What a great car. If you're curious how we got those rolling shots, well, I had Slick follow me in my Travelall. We got something on the trailer, and we're not coming back with an empty trailer neither. Not that I'm dropping any hints right now. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for being here. Like I kind of mentioned earlier, I would have loved if at this point we could have took the lady who originally owned this for a ride in it, you know, but you know, it wasn't meant to be. It would have been super cool, but eventually that is going to happen. Luckily we got to be part of that and get this car ready to go. Like I said, slap a heater core in her and you've got yourself a rig and a half. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I know we don't mess with a whole lot of muscle cars. If I could afford it, I would afford it, but it ain't even for sale anyway, so it's hard to afford something that ain't for sale, you know what I mean? But thank y'all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And what else? We probably shut down our website for merchandise at this point in the year. So other than that, we're on the Instagrammer, we're on the Facebooker. You can catch some of the puddins.fab.shop content completely ad-free on the patreon.com. Another great way to support me and my girls a little more directly. And much other than that, guys, go buy your old beater and get her on the road again. Hey, do not forget, sitting on your ass will not finish your project. We'll see y'all in the next one.